Virgos, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, because obviously it hasn't happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's go on with your reading. What is happening for you beautiful Virgos this week? Firstly, you have the Judgment card. This seems very powerful or purposeful. There's something like, it's take this seriously. This could be a big decision, a big judgment call that you have to make. Oh, okay, you just got all your other cards all come out at once. The Empress card then came out. The Page of Pentacles then came out. And the Four of Cups. I don't know why I want to say stop taking yourself so seriously for some reason. A lot of you, it's very good, you take yourself very seriously, that's amazing. But it's almost like you are now about to find the balance of making decisions based on things you enjoy and you love doing. You have a big decision, right? And it's almost like, I don't know why I'm getting that saying come through, you can fail at what you don't want. If you can fail at what you don't want, then you might as well take a shot at doing what you love. And there's just something very important about that right now for you. Whatever direction you go in, just remember you can fail either way, so you might as well do what you want to do. You might as well go at what you are inspired and called for. With the Judgment card, so there's a trumpet's call. It's calling you in a certain direction. It's almost like you're ignoring that trumpet. Like, oh no, that trumpet sounds good. It sounds better than it is. No, it sounds good to you. Because it's calling you on. You have the Empress here, so you are very powerful. I feel like you found yourself very recently. You found your spark, your confidence. People look up to you. Man or woman doesn't matter. People want to embody the energy you're in. I feel like you don't realise that. And I know it doesn't matter how other people perceive you, but the reason I bring it up is I just kind of want to make you aware of the true, like, the power you hold is inspiring to those in your life. And again, I don't know about you, but if you've ever looked at someone and been like, I want to be more like them, it's rare that you actually tell them that, because it's almost like, oh, they wouldn't care about my opinion. So there's a lot of people that see you and look up to you, but they don't actually feel the need. Why would they tell you? They don't think that you, and I don't think you do care about anybody's opinion. And that's probably exactly why people look up to you, because when you aren't bothered by people's opinions, you do what you want and you look good doing it. You're just not stressing, you're not stuttering, you're not stumbling, you're not too worried. If you did stumble, you carry on, you're not too fussed with what people perceive you to be. And that is very, very, like, you're just sweet no matter what. You're somehow, I don't know why, I'm also getting you're rolling with the punches, which is weird to come through, but it almost seems as if when a lot of people have you on a pedestal and see you as very much the Empress, man or woman, doesn't matter. When a lot of people see you in that way, there's also that small percentage of people that don't, or they refuse to, and they probably do see it more than others, and that's why they don't like it. And it's just very much like you're rolling with the punches of the criticism, of people trying to knock you off your pedestal, because it's a perceived pedestal. You know you're an equal, but it's almost like your energy, others are looking at it and going, oh, like there's a small percentage of people that are like, how dare Virgo be so complete within themselves and so healed and so focused on healing and pouring into their own cup. How dare Virgo? And they're just shining so brightly and they stick out from the rest of us. How dare Virgo be different and stand out among a crowd? And there's something where you're rolling with the punches though, whatever it is that's trying to tear you down. Like criticism could be from like your closest friends or your family. I don't know, but it just seems as if for some reason you're just rolling with it. You're just like, yep. Page of Pentacles, there's some type of opportunity coming in for you, Virgo. You're very, very, very prepared for. I almost feel like, oh, that's interesting. I was looking at the Four of Cups, but I wasn't actually looking at it, if that makes sense. You know when you look through something and you're in another world? That's kind of what I just did. But as I looked at the Page of Pentacles, I was going to say to you, there's an opportunity coming that you're very, very well prepared for. But you, for some reason, aren't that, like, fussed about. You may have asked for it in the past, but it's coming in and you're just like, meh. And that was the energy I was getting. Like, the opportunity is going to be really good. It's offered to you. It's an ideal opportunity that you would want. And then you get it and you're like, Why did I want this again? Like, there's something around that for some reason of you just not being satisfied. Almost like I feel like there's something where it's so easy to you that it's not a challenge, and you in the past wanted ease. You wanted ease, you wanted simplicity, and you're getting it, or you've recently gotten it. It's been offered to you. It's a job or it's a career move, and it's so simple and easy for you, and then you have it now and you're like, kind of miss the challenge. I kind of miss the challenge. I don't know why that's coming through. And then funnily enough, Four of Cups, which is kind of, you know, receiving what you asked for but not really taking it because you're not too fussed. Clarified Judgment. You have the Five of Wands. Some decision you're about to make is going to cause a bit of conflict, a bit of drama. Don't let that stop you. Ignore that. If there was no one else around and this world was just you, what direction would you go in? If it's a career move, what career path would you take if nobody was around you to judge you, to speak to you on it, to talk you out of it, potentially? Because it just seems like there's going to be a little bit of a fight here for you to go towards the thing you're really called towards. But it's important that you still go where you're called, more so than ever. If there's people pulling you back and telling you not to do something because there's a tug of war going on, if there's a bit of a tug of war, resistance around you, don't do that. Why would you do that? You're studied in this field. Why would you now start this career path when you've studied this for 5 years? Like, there's some type of like resistance. Do what you feel called to do when you feel called to do it, and especially if people are pulling you back, know that you can still go in that direction, and you probably should. Clarify the Empress. Clarify the Empress. Queen of Swords. And now I'm getting, if you don't try, you'll never know. I had to say that for some reason. Someone really needed to hear that. If you don't try, you'll never know. And then I feel like there's something about knocking on a door, and if it doesn't get answered, you can walk away. Queen of Swords is very sharp-witted, sometimes a bit blunt. With the Empress here, like I said about you rolling with the punches, Queen of Swords is someone very blunt that might be saying things that you don't really need to keep hearing or something. You're very focused on your healing. You're very much prioritizing that. And it might be the fact that you've needed to heal physically, mentally, emotionally. There's something in particular, very specific, that you've been healing. And it's almost like someone's going to say to you, you need to work on that. Virgo, you need to really look after that. Virgo, you need to. And it's just like someone keeps telling you, and you're like, I'm doing that. I am trying. No, but you need to stop doing this. You need to start doing this. And you're like, I know. I'm aware. And they're like, no, but you're not aware. You need to. And there's the Queen of Swords here, basically. It's very smart and very intelligent. But the thing is, the Empress is the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So the Empress already has this Queen of Swords within her. The Empress already knows exactly what the Queen of Swords is going to say, because she's already said it to herself. So it's just like, you already know exactly what you need to do, and somebody keeps telling you it, and you're like, well, I was going to do that, and now you've told me to do it. I really don't want to do it anymore, because you're going to think that I've done it because you've told me to do it, and you're going to take the credit, and I don't want to. Like, there's something kind of stubborn, but I completely get, of like, I really wanted to do it and now I don't, because you told me to do it. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. Oh, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Hermit, and the Emperor, and the Chariot. Okay, that's intense. The Emperor and the Empress, divine counterparts. You have a divine counterpart coming in if you're single. Very successful relationship. Others of you are already in this, but there's forward movement within it. If things have been a bit stagnant, or if someone lives at a distance of the Chariot, things are going to move forward very nicely, and there's going to be success with that. There is something, again, when I said stagnancy, there's something where, with the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Hermit, I feel like in multiple areas of your life there's been stagnancy. Around your career, around your love life, it's just been like start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. And with the Hermit, it's like you may have pulled back in order to control the situation, in order to control whether you stepped away from a career or a study. It was almost like you weren't seeing forward movement, so you wanted to purposely like pull back from it and take a time out. And in a relationship as well, there was no forward movement happening. There was no consistent flow of progressing the relationship, so you've pulled back with the Hermit. And the Page of Pentacles now coming out, you're going to see forward movement in your career after you've pulled back for a while. You pulled back to, like, again, it's almost like you took your power back, and that's what I got at the start of this reading with the Judgment card. It's like very powerful. It's like you made a powerful decision to stop and pull back your energy, not only from your love life, even if you're in a relationship, you've just distanced yourself emotionally from someone, and others of you, like I said, in your career as well, you pulled back from your career in some way in order to, like, I don't know, recuperate and focus on figure out what your actual inspiration and purpose is within it. Like, I feel like your career might not be changing, but the way you're doing and going about your career will be. Say you're a nurse, it's like in the past you would, the thing that fueled you may have been like, I don't know, some of you, it's like you had bad nurses in the past and you didn't want to, you wanted to be the nurse you never received or something, right? And so now you want to be the good nurse rather than the horrible mean nurses that jab you really hard when they're trying to take your blood. You know what I mean? You want to be the nice one because you're inspired by the negative. Now it's something shifting, you're pulling back and your inspiration is changing. That wasn't enough for you anymore. Like, you know, it wasn't enough to keep you moving forward. And with this Page of Pentacles, with this Hermit, what's going to pull you forward now? Firstly, you get an opportunity to kind of really pursue what you want to do. I don't know why I'm getting like a special opportunity just for you or something. I don't know why that would come through. But it's almost like you're going to actually be fueled forward now by like the Emperor, the Chariot. You're going to see your best potential. You're going to see your light and go, instead of being fueled by a nurse that was really bad, so you're going to be a good nurse instead. You're actually going to be fueled by your future self, and you can see yourself shining. You can see how much of a healing influence and impact you're going to have as a nurse. And take this as it resonates, it won't be that I keep using that as an analogy, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna make sure that instead of doing something because you don't want to be like what you've experienced, you're actually going to put yourself on a pedestal and put yourself on like be your own guiding star of seeing your future self, seeing all the healing you'll give, seeing all the healing and wisdom and help that you can give, and that's actually going to be what guides you forward. I feel like there's been something where you keep looking back in order to push yourself forward, looking back at that horrible nurse, right, that you don't want to be like, and it was pulling you back into your old energy. But now you're going to be pulled forward by seeing your future self, doing whatever it is you're doing in your best light, and it's going to be very inspiring for you. Clarify the Four of Cups. Eight of Wands. There you go. Speed. You're going to move through this energy. There's just this energy of meh with the Four of Cups. Of what am I? Oh my god, I'm literally holding my arm up like her. Funny. That fake laugh. Yeah, but you're moving out of that meh. What am I doing here? What is my purpose? You're very quickly moving through it because you're aiming higher. Look at that. Aiming up. The star. I just feel like the Hermit has the star in the lantern, and so what you pulled back from your purpose for, this stagnation, was to find what would guide you, your guiding star, your guiding hope, your guiding light. And now you're realizing your guiding light is your future self, the person, the man, the woman you want to be, and going, yeah, and going, I'm going to become more and more like her every single day. You know, like, you're letting go of the past, of just trying to not be. I just feel as if you're very much raising yourself and raising the bar of what you expect for yourself, instead of just being better than because the way you were treated, I feel like there's someone you're like, I want to be like them, but I want to do what they do, but actually be a nice person. I feel like someone else got this in their reading, but I'm getting something about basketball come through again. You could be a basketball player or something, and you have like this basketball player you look up to, and for some reason, I don't know if you met them or something, but they weren't who you thought they were or something, and you're like, I'm going to be the version of them, but kind and good and healing and bring hope to other young people or something. I don't know, but you're basically becoming who you, yeah, but you're, like I said, moving forward now instead of, yeah, I keep repeating myself. I'm annoying myself because I've said the same thing over and over. I'm so sorry. But yeah, you're putting yourself, your future self, on the pedestal to guide you forwards now, rather than anybody else. It's a much higher vibration to look forward at the best version of you and who you want to become than look back at how you were mistreated or who you don't want to be. Because like I said, you're looking back, you keep turning around and you're going, that's what's fueling me, I don't want to be like them, but you keep having to turn around to look at that. Keep your head forwards. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated or you feel it will in the future, because obviously it hasn't happened yet, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Tall Tarot Tuesdays.